You just tuned it in. Global and worldwide. Hitting you on the one with no delay. Because it's the Fighter's Voice. The Fighter's Voice. With your fighting host, Richard Ortiz. And the formidable co-host, Mr. Cole Escobedo. Remember, every fighter has a voice.
Hey, welcome everyone. You're now listening to The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz, and I'm here with the co-host with the most, the UFC veteran himself, the Apache Kid.
Are we recording now?
Hey, we're going, brother.
We're going live on
We
that
need to
one.
pay attention, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
we had already recorded that section.
Nah, we ain't recording. We recorded. What are you talking
I'm
about?
behind the ball today.
But you know what? But you know what? Here, we own the show, so we can do whatever we want.
I thought we were done with that part. Like, I thought we knocked that out.
We don't have a boss to report to.
That's right.
So we don't get kicked off the air. This is our show.
Okay, well, Forgetful Joe, guys. That's who I am here today.
It's
apparently.
okay, man.
No, helping a sponsor time.
Yeah,
right?
sponsor time.
Remember, Dying Breed, hat, shirts if you got long sleeve. You know?
Yeah, actually he does. I was talking to Larry on the way over here,
nice.
and he's working on a long sleeve delivery.
Would be nice, man.
Long sleeve delivery.
Bobby Salazar salsa is always delicious.
They just dropped some off tonight.
Did they? Thank God.
Yes.
We also remember Red Wave Tattoo and Art Gallery, guys. Remember, hit up Rico, mention the Fighter's Voice, 10% off your next tattoo. Like, it doesn't have to be a big tattoo, but 10% off.
He took care of me.
Oh, you get it?
Yeah, it's all right here.
Yeah, is it sore?
Yeah, a little
Sissy.
sore. Kind of itchy.
All right, guys. Don't forget, sports fitness sponsors. We've got Matt K Boxing and Coach B.
Coach B.
Okay, hit him up. He's Instagram, at Coach B, 1971. Make an appointment. Just be ready to work. He wants you to work. Don't waste his time kind of thing. We've also got Thumbs Up for Richie Productions.
Absolutely.
We've got a couple medical guys. We've got Dr. Batista and Dr. Guzman. They've got North Fresno Primary Care. So if you need meds, neuros, things like that, check them out. And as always, the one handling the big legal stuff for us, Miles Harris Esquire. Guys, you need real legal defense, real serious problems, drugs, guns, violence, gangs, real ugly custody battles, child custody battles, divorce battles, any of the real ugly stuff that you need an experienced guy that will actually like stand up and say, I object, or protect you like you need to be, not just take your money. Hit up Miles down on Kern Street, downtown, where he needs to be with you guys. So hit him up.
And you know what? He's actually in your corner.
He is, dude. He rocks it. He rocks it. We've seen some results.
Yeah, and remember, every fighter has a voice.
So do you.
Yeah, so does Cole. And so do these Bills, and we knocked them all out. Hey, we have a knockout show for you tonight. We got a recap of last weekend's big controversial draw between Tyson Fury, because the man got robbed, and Deontay Wilder, but I won't go into it. Also talks. Jose Ramirez back in training camp. He's ready to go. Regan's getting ready to drop the news. I'm hearing February. I'm hearing Fresno. I'm hearing Vegas. I'm even hearing Thailand.
Shut up, Thailand?
That's what I've been hearing.
That'd be cool.
There's money there.
I've never been to Thailand.
There's money there.
Of course there's money in Thailand.
There's money there.
That's why Mike Swick opened up the that AKA branch over there.
Yeah, well, you fought there, didn't you?
I haven't fought in Thailand. I'd love to. I've never fought in Thailand. Japan, but not Thailand.
Japan, right?
Yeah, I'd go visit Mike.
So they broke you off 10 G's and broke you off your arm, right?
Yeah. Well, they broke me off 10 G's twice, but then they gave me a broken arm for my treble in the second one.
There you go. Also, big news in Fresno, California with our guest tonight. He'll be competing in the MMA cage this Friday, December 7th at Copa Combate Save Mart Center. Now entering the cage. Enough said. Now back to cage side.
I'm Bob Arum, and I'm with the Fighter's Voice.
My name is Andre Ward.
Knocking out the competition.
Fighter's Voice!
The Fighter's Voice.
And there you are. Welcome to the show, Evan.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, it's always a pleasure to have you, man. And you know what? Somebody inboxed me today, and they asked, who's on the show? I said, Evan Solorio. And you know what they said? Again? I said, bro, don't hate. He's like family here. I mean, what do you mean again? And you know what I said? Who's on your show? Who's next on your show?
Oh, your car looks like pride. What's your car?
Man. Hey, if your news, your news. I mean, he's fighting this.
That's what I was gonna say.
Is
It's not his fault that he's active. It's not his fault.
Absolutely.
If you had a fight coming, if you were active, you were doing something. If you're self-promoting, things like that. Hit us up. Tell us, hey, dude, I've got this event coming up. I've got this fight coming up. We're not going to take every single one that hits us up, but we're going to take the majority of you.
Hey, they got a good story. I want to hear it.
Exactly. If you've got a good fight coming up, a good story, a good message, something that we can enjoy and have you on to talk about, of
course, with that voice. Evan, let's get right to it, man. Don't go with the news all in one, okay? How are we preparing ourselves for this big platform? This is a great platform for you. Save Mart Center?
Huge. We've had some little setbacks, but we're trying to work past them.
Don't be shy with the mic. It don't bite, man.
Trying
Flirt
to,
with it all you want.
Trying to get around some
There
little
you go.
loopholes and figure some things out. But
That's the MMA life, right?
yeah, no, definitely. So we're working on that as we speak. We got people working on it. I mean, other than that, it's 3.5 weeks since my last fight. There's really not a whole lot you can learn in that amount of time.
You're not even really learning anything. You're just
just kind of
fixing holes.
If that, maintain.
Yeah, if that.
You know, hey, this worked. Let's use it a little more.
You just kind of switch gears because you've got a peak phase, your fight phase, and then your rehab phase. He just kind of went from rehab to maintenance mode, like just right away, so they could peak again.
But this is what I like, and you know about this because you've been called. I mean, I don't want to say the last minute. I mean, the guy just got done knocking somebody out, and now he's getting another opportunity to knock somebody out, but in Fresno, Save Mart Center, not Selling Arena. We're talking about Save Mart Center. All the greats have. I mean, UFC was there.
They've always been able to hold like the big boy sporting events are always there. Basketball, hockey, baseball. Like they had that exhibition NBA game there.
Right.
I mean, they're always going to bring big stuff. I wish they had better truck monster shows. Those have kind of gone downhill since they left Fairgrounds, but that's just what it is. But as far as MMA goes, you've had Strikeforce, you've had UFC, you're going to have Copa now. I mean, it's just sky's the limit kind of thing.
Sky's the limit. Evan, how have your training methods changed since then? A little bit of rest. I mean, you're still in fight shape. You're still in fight weight. Are you doing anything out of the box, or just kind of going with the flow for right now?
No, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
You know, my last fight, we came in after a little over a year of a layoff. So there's no point in trying to switch things up crazy so soon. If I was fighting 4 or 5 times a year, you know, we can definitely switch things up a lot. But as of now, it's more just like Cole said, maintenance. I mean, just maintain.
But how exciting is that? I mean, you just came off a big victory. Tachi Pals, big plug for Richard Goodwin, one of the best matchmakers in the game. And then you get and then you get the call here for this great opportunity.
Yeah, there was talks a little bit before the first one, before the Tachi fight, but it was still, everything's up in the air. Okay. I mean, you never know how a fight's going to go. You know, I could have got my butt kicked, and then never mind, we don't want this guy, you know. So
and that's how it goes.
Yeah,
even since back in the day, it's like your next fight. There was dudes there in the crowd. Yeah. Like there was way back in the day when Dana White used to just spook into the crowds. Like he'd just sit there and you find out after your fight, go, dude, did you know Dana White was in the crowd? No, what was he doing? Dude, he just came. He just showed up. He was there to watch somebody else.
Right.
And see you just starch this dude, and he's going, oh hey, what was that guy's name? Who's that guy? Where's he from? You know what I mean?
And that was kind of the situation. I mean, you know, we come in and Jacob Jeff gives the big welcome to all the new guys, and hey, thank you guys, the returners, for coming back, and then, oh, by the way, Sean Shelby's in the crowd, no pressure, and walks out. And it's like, really?
Like I said, man.
Sean Shelby.
Palace has always been a proving ground.
He can connect. The man can give you an opportunity that can literally change your life.
Right. And I mean,
and make your bills go away.
Yeah, Sean was there to watch Anthony Avila, who I mean definitely is a guy that deserves to be in the UFC. I think he's proved it, and I mean, look at the team he comes out of. You know, alpha male.
Yeah.
Shoot, half to 3/4 of their teams in the big show. So he was there to watch him, but it's still one of those motivational things to, well, hey, let's put on a show.
You know, we have a research team, and you know, I hear things, and it all depends on who's bringing me the news. But I'm hearing some different things, and I, you know, what makes me reconsider that is because UFC's that Saturday.
Right.
But these guys have the power of showing up Friday, getting on a plane, and then heading to the UFC. So that's not a
big issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, they'll hop on a plane, right? They'll hop on a plane in Lemoore.
Right.
They don't care. Like, they'll get private jetted. They probably have their own jet at Lemoore Naval Air Base, just waiting, saying, "Look, we're just going to do a quick stop in. Yeah. We're coming back to the base, and then we're out." I mean,
Chandler Airport's right up the road.
Yeah, why not? It's easy.
So no butterflies or nothing. I'm sure you block out the crowd.
Yeah.
Is this going to be different for you as far as the crowd? You know, I know your family and your fan base is here in Fresno, California, knowing that the guy, also your opponent, he's looking at a great opportunity.
Huge.
To beat a hometown guy.
Right.
He's not even really thinking about you. I'm sure he is, but he's looking at the big opportunity himself. I'm sure his management team, his team has had that conversation and say, look, take this guy out. All eyes are on you.
Yeah, and I think if he's too wrapped up in me, what I'm going to do, he's already lost. You know, guys tell me all the time, hey, who are you fighting? I don't know. And it's not a disrespect to any of my opponents. It never has been. It's just, if I get so engulfed in what they're doing and what they're bringing to the table and what they're good at, I forget what I'm good at, and I forget what I'm doing and what my game plan is. So I'd rather not even worry about it. I send the name to my trainers. They watch film, they study, they look at tendencies, they set the game plan.
Coach's problem.
Yeah, we come in and train.
Coach just tells you what the game plan is.
Let's talk about that training. Who's in your camp?
Well, I train out of One Kicks Gym in Visalia, Muay Thai gym based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. We've got Anthony Njikwani, Chidi Njikwani. Chidi just fought Bellator.
Oh, Bang Bang, yeah. He's a monster.
Yeah,
I was watching him in Max Payne Griffin.
Oh yeah,
that was a war.
Yeah, I mean these guys they've gone at it, man. So a lot of good guys, a lot of good people out in Vegas, and then here in town, a lot of local guys coming up. We've cross-trained with like Cody Gibson and Marion Renau and people like that from Visalia. So always good. It's Karina. She's fighting this Friday night. She's one of our training partners.
Yeah, she just inboxed me. I mean, she has a very busy schedule. She was actually trying to make it tonight.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Cody. We got to get that guy on the show.
Yeah,
I mean, the
Cody's
guy, he's a class act, man, and he's someone to be reckoned with.
Yeah, so I mean, out of One Kicks Gym, and then I've got Back Cave Boxing with Coach B. He's been handling my boxing since I started. 7 years now. We've gone out to Top Ranks Gym in Vegas and trained. We've been out to Boxnard, and we've worked with the guys down there in Oxnard. I mean, so the list goes on. Plus the people we're able to bring in here. I had a pretty good sparring session with Chris Honeycutt a while back. We threw some leather.
Yeah, Chris came. Yeah, he came up short on a split decision.
I think a decision. Yeah. And then Roots Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, man. My Jiu Jitsu coach for the last 4 years. He's originally from Brazil, and the school he comes out of, they're more MMA based. I mean, you're a blue belt, hey, you're an MMA fighter now, whether you want to or not. So
I always run into that guy. He's pretty happy-go-lucky. And speaking of happy-go-lucky, we're going to be happy and go lucky because we got to go to commercial break. We'll be coming right back, and I want Cole's take when we come back on Cole's Beatdown.
I'm Bob Arum, and I'm with the Fighter's Voice.
My name is Andre Ward.
Knocking out the competition.
Fighter's Voice!
The Fighter's Voice.
And we're back here on the Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. We're knocking out the competition. If you're not around, you probably got knocked out. We got a great segment coming up, and as always, it's a fan favorite, and it's called Cole's Beatdown. Is where he lets you know exactly what's going on in the MMA world. He's giving you news, ifs and buts, and a lot of buts and a lot of ifs. Take them away, Cole.
Man. Real quick, we'll cover the most recent stuff. Chidi and Salter, real quick. No, we don't pick sides, but congratulations to John. Salter has always been a Fresno-based guy. He started in dethrone, got the ability to move to another camp, move up, and just...
You call that one.
Fully succeed. Yeah. Well, I mean, if Salter had gotten knocked out, I would have been like, yeah, that about makes sense. Like, not because I think he would get knocked out, but because that's Chidi's world, is all the fights start on their feet. I'm going to thump you around and try to keep it on my feet. You could see Salter kind of like trying to avoid the engagement. I caught some of it at work, like trying to avoid the engagement, picking his spots, realize, he keeps moving to his left. I'm like, leg kick. Like, you could see the thought process going. And then he got him to the ground, and that was it, which is kind of what I expected. But that's just what happens. You can only have so much of a game plan and expect it to work up until it stops working, and then you have to switch games plan and adapt and overcome. That's all there is to it. Honey Badger came up a little short, unfortunately.
Yeah, I did.
But I've had some people repeatedly telling me, "Hey, did you watch the full fight yet?" And I didn't get a chance to watch the full fight, so I'm hearing
I had it close.
That's what I'm saying.
I had it very close.
I've had a couple people looking at me, hit me up, going, "Have you watched it yet?" I haven't had a chance. I only caught one round. I was working, running around the floor and everything. So, and then also some stuff that went on this weekend was Anderson Silva was a no-show at Israel's their whole press conference promos where they do their square-offs and stuff. Ortega was there, Holloway was there. I think it's Ortega and Holloway was there for that. Yeah. And he just wasn't there. He was a no-show. Nobody knew where he was, just pulled a no-show. I don't know if there was a problem or if this is just Anderson.
Don't quote me on that. I think that's the second time it's happened in his career.
And that's what people forget is they always point the finger at like the Diaz brothers or McGregor when he's late. Yeah. Dude, it's part of the game, dude. This is like right up there with when the dude goes to kick the punt. Hey, timeout!
Yeah, awesome.
Kick's already gone. It's good. What do you mean he called a timeout? Like, it's like that. So, dude, any mind game you call, or God forbid something actually happened, Anderson could be there, but everyone's starting to pull these moves, these no-shows and stuff like that, because, there's really no consequences. Like, they'll tell you you're going to get in trouble and stuff, but realistically, if you mattered, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, Anderson, you're off the card for a no-show. Okay. Good luck. It's like, That's all. What are you going to do? Anderson Silva.
Hold on a second. Remember, McGregor was pulled off the card by Dana White.
Yeah, but that whole thing wasn't even going to happen anyway.
He looked at the big picture. That was Red Panty Week.
That was all that was. That was, hey, look over here, yes. Oh, it's fizzled. Oh, well, we got this. Yes, no, that was just to keep the attention. So you've got Anderson Silva pulling a no-show. McGregor's back in court. Canelo knows what he did wrong this time, right? That's the first thing everybody thinks. No, what it is he's filing a countersuit against Mike Chisa's suit. They're just claiming a bunch of stuff like Chisa's claiming all this emotional distress, this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's
trying
just
to justify.
Yeah, their lawyer now came back and fired a bunch of stuff down and said, emotional distress, Your Honor. Come on, he's a professional fighter. His emotional distress happens every day he goes to the gym, every time he does his job. His job is emotional distress. You can't claim this one incident. Then they said I wasn't attacking anybody on the bus. I was attacking the bus, which makes Conor look like a freaking crazy man that's sipping his own whiskey. So he's
that's pretty good, by the way.
Very good whiskey.
Yeah, I know. That's what I hear.
I didn't get the invite, but I had to just I had to say what's up, man, because I showed you the picture.
Gary makes a smooth whiskey, hey, and he would say, "It's as smooth as my tongue, a silver laddie," and that's exactly what it would say. So, but he's in court for that, so don't wig out, guys. He didn't do anything new. That's just what that is. But his ass is on the line, as is Khabib's on Monday the 10th. Come Monday, they got to roll their butts back up to SAC and stand before the hearing and find out what's gonna happen. Like, this is, hey, we decided this is what's gonna happen to you.
SAC this Monday?
CSAC, Sacramento.
Dude, let's roll down there.
Man. Maybe.
Hey, man, only the fighter's voice, baby. We're going to be challenged
They're
this
not
Friday.
going to let anybody in anyway. Those are going to be closed hearings anyway. We'll know about it after, but those are going to be closed hearings.
But you got people like from TMZ, and I'm not plugging them. They'll like be the judge, and they'll take it off and like start filming. That's how undercover they are, man.
You're like, oh, you're unpunked. You're like, what? Oh,
exactly.
God, Ashton, where are you? No, so they're going to find out, and like I said, I'm calling it now. Nothing bad's going to happen. You're going to see probably a decent fine.
Right.
You're going to see maybe some suspension time, and that's going to be about it. My big question is going to be, once they decide, once CSAC hands down a suspension of some kind, CSAC has now, okay, it's like, OJ got away with murder, right? Mm-hmm. Got the pantsuit off him in civil court for all kinds of other things like wrongful death, negligence, things like that. And they lost. But the problem is, once CSAC says you're suspended, that now totally justifies any civil suits that could be waiting because it's like, well, CSAC said you did wrong, we got a lawsuit.
Yeah.
So I'm more interested in what's going to happen after. There's going to be so much more money at stake. People are going to be like, no, I want millions.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to corner my guys again.
You're even going to have some fans in the crowd stepping up and say, because of that, I'm not the same. I can't love the same. I can't talk the same.
I'll never go to another MMA event. I'm traumatized for life. You know, the snowflakes.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, but you're going to get people that are going to try to take a chunk of it, a piece of it, anywhere they can. People are greedy. People want to be attentive. They want to say, oh, look at me. So, but there's so much money that's going to get. That's my big picture. This whole athletic thing, it's going to be at best.
Yeah.
And they're going to go back to making money because that's how we make money.
Well, the whole thing is, the crazy part is as soon as they get spanked in the hand, they'll make an announcement. Oh, I'll be fighting in 2 weeks, guys.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what I mean? Well, in 2 weeks from now, rather, they'll be announcing.
Or they're going to have to like donate a big ass chunk of their purses to like charity or something.
And
they're going to get off with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That like community service. Get back to this is what we're doing to make amends for causing our fans. Like our art spilled out into your entertainment and it shouldn't have. We're sorry. Here.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look, and I think they're going to get back in the cage together.
Those two?
Yeah,
No.
I think so.
No.
You don't think they'll fight again?
No.
Really, you don't think they'll fight again? Well, you heard it from me. I beg to differ. They will fight again.
Too much money to not fight.
The next time they fight will be and only if Conor's won at least 2 fights. Khabib's at least defended it once because you got to think of the economics.
Connor's
they got to make
two.
money off Khabib. There's no interest in Khabib McGregor 2 right now. There's none. Nobody's even asking for
Because
it.
everybody knows how that goes.
They saw that ass whooping that he took and they're like, dude, you clearly were not ready for that fight. You're not mentally ready. Like your head's not right. To have a rematch, your head's not even going to be close to right.
Okay, when it happens, we're going to bring it up. I'm going to say, cool, remember I told you so?
Do you want to put an over-under on it?
No, we're going to do that, dude. You still owe me a steak, bro. and Evan owes me a adult beverage, which we'll break Friday after you break somebody's chin. Now let's get back to Evan right here, my man. Check this out. So I don't want to say you're on ice,
Right.
but everything's nice, and when you hit him, he's going to think twice about getting in the cage with you, right?
Are we trying out for ludicrous?
No, I'm doing that purposely because I've been accused. This has been accused of being a rap show, and no, it's not a rap show. It's entertainment at
Somebody
its
accused
fullest.
of being a rap show?
Yeah, but they're no longer here accusing, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's
I would have
okay.
been like maybe like trying to like side moonlight as a rapper, maybe.
Man, I mean, come on, man. I mean, you adapt and you overcome and you have fun. This is entertainment, man. I mean, I'm not going to just read you all these notes and read you who won, what's coming up, and you just kind of go. We know what's going on right here, man. I mean, we just have fun with
He's
it.
so passionate.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, see, Cole is too. Cole's off the mark a little bit today, but you know he's going to come back strong, and like he did. Cole, you slam dunked this segment. Nobody does it better than you. The UFC veteran, you've been in the cage. You're not a cage. You haven't been caged. You knock people out in the cage. Now let's get back to this guy right here, the new breed of knocking people out in the cage. So talk to us about
I wouldn't
7th,
say
man.
new breed. I'm getting old, man. There's a lot of young killers coming
man.
out.
We still got a boxing career coming up because you're about to break that Final Four.
Yeah, that's something that's been in the talks as well. Myself and Rick Meridian, we've shared a couple conversations.
I want to hear that conversation, man. This is the Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio. How'd it go? Just give me a hint, man.
It was. We got plans for early next year sometime. So there's
Don't
some
do
things.
it!
A cage? Are we going to be leaning back on a cage or some ropes?
You know what? Rick's talked about promoting an MMA show.
Okay. MMA
so I
show.
don't doubt that if he does, I'll be on that card. But we've been talking about the boxing ring.
Okay.
There was there's a fighter from Stockton who likes to talk a lot of crap and run his mouth like he's somebody. He just got starched in his last. I think he's lost like 3 fights since he's won the title, and somehow still has the title. But he called out.
That's so sad.
Yeah, you know.
That organization is so.
So he called out like 3 or 4 of the Valley's, I guess, top, middleweights.
Right.
Couple of them very, very well. One of them very, very good. I see one of them kind of on his way out unless he makes some changes, and then a couple other guys that are still, they just got to figure some things out. There was a big debate on Instagram going back and forth, and all these guys taking their shots, and I do it on my time, whatever. And Rick threw my name out there. Hey, here's another possible. Boom, and nothing came from it. No responses, no crap talking back, no loud mouths wanting to.
So crickets were chirping?
Man, you might have
Basically.
Rick might have to pull the old Robin Hood method and like put a bounty on you. Like, you're gonna get paid, but
Right.
we're gonna have to pay somebody more than what you're getting paid to fight.
To fight.
Sorry, man, but if you want to get another win, no, because sometimes think about it, because sometimes. That happened back in the day.
Yeah.
Like way back in the day. Managers and promoters, and you know this, would go and say, we will pay you more than we'll pay him if you take the fight.
Just to fight.
That's how scared everybody was of certain fighters. So it's like, as long as he's getting paid, who cares? Like,
Okay. I want to get back to that conversation because you were about to tell me who shot Kennedy.
Oh!
who shot Kennedy?
And Jimmy Carter just jumped in.
I did our Time
I was
magazine.
thinking more who shot Tupac.
Oh, well, you know who he did.
We already know who did that.
No, man. It's one of those where, nobody really, and I don't think that it wasn't so much that anybody didn't have anything to say, but so it's social media. What are you gonna do? You can talk and talk, and really none of it means crap until the contract's signed and you step in there.
Nobody wanted to be the first one to say something because the Rick goes sold.
Right. Well,
And then what are you gonna say? No now?
Yeah, I've said it for the longest time, man. Marcus Hernandez, Marky, he's the best middleweight in the Valley. I mean, I've said it. He went on to Andre Ward's show, and I think he proved it. He definitely had a close call with Valdivia, who's another one of the best in the Valley. But he took it. In that fight, there's no way commission ever allows it. And that would honestly be, my biggest challenge, I think, out of the names that were thrown out there.
Only because he can, and we'll talk about that, only because he could adapt and change his styles.
100%.
And he is very smart. Half of his game, most of his game is more mental.
Right.
Because of everything he's learned, and he continues to learn.
Yeah.
And I've never really looked at him and seen him confused or shook
And
up.
and he's never been-
He's taking his shots, but he's
Yeah.
able to come back.
But he's never really been banged up.
No.
You've seen all these guys, these other guys, they've been pretty banged up. They've been dropped. They've been, and Marky's just one of those guys that he's always just right out of range. That big shot lands, but he's just half an inch out of range to where it doesn't get the full power. He's just got it down. And I've said it, like I said, he's been the best in the Valley for a long time. I've always thought so. I think he just proved it. There's another guy, his name that was mentioned, that nobody knows better than I do. When he was at the height of his career, I was his number one sparring partner, and I'm not even a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that says enough. Nobody knows him like I do, and nobody knows me like he does. That would turn into,
that probably wouldn't be a good fight from his management team. They wouldn't take that fight, only because of that, unless you guys just crossed and had no other choice.
Yeah, or the money's right. You
Yeah.
know, it's all about.
And I'm not saying he's avoiding you.
No, not at all.
I'm a fan of who you're talking about.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not looking to put my fighter up against somebody that mirrors him or knows his strengths.
And the age is going to play a factor.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a little older. He's been in a lot. His last couple of fights have been pretty tough. I think he's dropped like 3 in a row now. So, that's all going to play a factor. And I think that's the only reason why my name is being brought up with these guys is, because a lot of them have 10, 12 fights as professional boxers underneath the top rank banner. And here I am coming as a debuter, and I'm being thrown into the mix with these guys. I think in the long run that speaks for itself. I think it shows what my hands do. My last fight, it was a clinic, really. I worked the body. Like,
Bro, who goes to the body in MMA?
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Besides Conor and the Diaz brothers, are the only guys that I've ever seen them go to the body.
Those are your higher level crossover fighters too, as far as boxing is concerned. So,
and
like I said, boxing.
Right.
I'm telling you.
And that's something I was, and I don't want to sound, cocky or big-headed about it, but I can't remember the last time in an MMA fight where somebody's thrown a 4-punch combo to the body and finished up top.
Cerrone maybe close, and that's when he usually finishes with like a head kick.
Exactly.
I think it was 1974. George Foreman against Joe Frazier. When he hit him, he actually tried to run away and he bounced. Cole, he threw his combo, and when he got hit to the body, he didn't even know he got hit in the head because he literally tried to jump away. After he tried to go down. But his legs were in good shape. Poor
his legs
dude.
said, no, we're good.
So he took those other shots to the body. But that 1, 2, 3, and then that hook to the body, man.
I'm telling you, man. You catch somebody
and you looked at Coach B, and he was just all smiles, man.
Yeah, it was something we worked on. And it's funny because, in the back warming up, we literally worked on that double hook. The left hook to the liver, left hook up top. We warmed up with it. It was something we worked on. We put together the shoe shine, right uppercut, left uppercut, right uppercut, come across either up top or back with the left to the body. It's Triple G. He sets it up on the ropes all the time. He'll throw it boom, 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 and he's one of my favorite boxers. I take a lot of stuff from his style. So it's something we implemented, and it paid off. I think had I turned that left hook over up top a little more, lights are out. But it was one of those where we're not trying to punch all the way through and give this guy an opportunity to take us down. It was just make contact, and the contact was enough. He buckled, and the rest was pretty much.
There's two ways I can go. I can go over here because I wanted to go here, but I'm going to ask some questions nobody wants to ask. And I'm going to put you on the hot seat. You're probably going to say, Richard, really? Okay. If you had your choice out of the 4,
right,
who would you pick?
Kilo.
Why?
Yeah.
Why Kilo?
I'm going to shut his mouth. Plain and simple. I'm tired of the guy's mouth. I'm tired of the way he talks. He's Mr. I'll fight anybody. I'll fight. Okay, well, when the fight was brought to him 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where was he at? His trainers, his old management team have personally told me, we told Kilo no. If you want to succeed, that's not the fight you take. What else needs to be said? I don't need to talk. Your old management team and your trainers who you were signed to and who were training you at the time that this fight was first brought to you when you had 3 professional fights. There would have been no issues with CSAC. It would have been put out there. We would have fought here in Fresno, undercard Jose Ramirez. When that was offered to you, you said no.
So there was contracts on the table. There was an offer on the table.
There was an offer. Contracts weren't made up yet. There was an offer. Hey, we got this guy. I remember me, Coach B, Joey. We're down at the hill where Coach B used to kill us out there on this hill. We're running. We're sprinting. I think I just finished puking. And Coach B looks at the phone.
That's a trophy.
And he goes, hey, what do you think about making your boxing debut, whatever month? And I said, let's do it. Who's it against? Some dude. And I didn't even know the two. Couldn't separate them at the time. He said, Jalisco Madera. I had no idea, Kilo. I think even after I saw Kilo fight the first time, I still didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, oh, Kilo, Jalisco,
Yeah.
But I remember watching this guy fight, and I even told B, this guy is sloppy. He's sloppy. He leaves himself out there. And you put somebody who can actually take a shot and isn't afraid to stand there and trade with him, and this guy goes to sleep. Well, his last opponent threw, I think, a difference of like 3 punches. I think he threw like a 1, a 2, and a left hook all fight, and he knocks him out with the left hook. The left hook's one of my most dangerous punches. I broke this hand about 8 or 9 times, my right hand, 8 or 9 times. So naturally, my left hand, and people look past it all the time. But I think I could catch him with a left hook all day. And I think the body work and just the pressure that I put on him would break him. I think it would shut his mouth. I mean, Joey broke him. Joey broke him, and he broke Joey in their war here in Fresno at Save Our Center. They both broke each other. They both had an opportunity to finish each other. Both of them stayed out a little too long. So I think, that would be my number one choice.
You know, we're going to go to commercial break right now, but I'm going to let you take us to commercial. Where's the camera on, my man? This one right here? I want you to look into this camera right there straight ahead of you. And that's Kilo right there. Make an offer to him that he can't refuse, and let's make it happen. Hold up on that, please. And then we're going to go to commercial.
The money's got to be right, Rich.
I know the money's got to be right.
It's never been an issue of will I fight him or not. He knows I'll fight him.
Well, you made that clear, man. I'm not going to put you on the hot spot too much, man. But here on the Fighter's Voice radio show, we don't just talk about, who made your shorts, and, I like your walkout T-shirts, or being accused of a rap show, or not having a real co-host. I mean, we got the co-host with the most. Right here on the Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio Show. We're knocking them out. We're going to be coming right back after we knock out these commercial breaks. Remember, every fighter has a voice, and so do you.
Hey guys, it's Cole Train from the Fighter's Voice. Don't forget, if you want to grab yourself a t-shirt, we're giving these away for $25 a piece. Front, back, not going to get just a front logo. This is nice, guys. I'm telling you, 25 bucks. Go to our website today. You'll be able to pick one out. You support the show, you support the fans, you support the fighters, and you help show your voice by showing support for the Fighter's Voice, guys. Pick up a t-shirt today.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters, knocking out the competition. And talking about knocking out the competition, Bellator, UFC. I don't want to say Tachi because I love Tachi, but I love them too. You guys better be ready. We got an organization coming in to our town, getting ready to knock out the competition, getting ready to take the crowd by storm. If you haven't got your tickets, they're at the box office. We still have some left. And you know what? I got to hand this over to Big Mike, to Mike's Big Box Talk right now.
Box Talk, we'll get it in a second. We got the biggest show coming this Friday.
Tell us who is the biggest show.
Copa Combates America, hands down the best show coming up for the rest of this month.
So UFC better be worried, right?
Oh, especially.
Bellator better be worried?
Of course. Everybody better be worried. You got Univision and you got DAZN. If you haven't downloaded DAZN, go and get it. Everything you want and need, you got it. They even got stuff for baseball fans, so trust me.
Yeah, okay.
If you like the NFL Red Zone, baseball's gonna have that same thing coming up. So you want this. So yeah, it's gonna happen here in our backyard. Incredible event, man. I'm looking forward to it
too, man. I'm hearing good things, man. Karina was actually going to come down here from Porterville, and she said, Richard, no disrespect, I love the show, I love what you're doing. She said, but I get this opportunity with this big platform. I don't want nothing getting in the way. I'm going to give it my all. I said, you know what? After you get the victory, bring you on the show.
Of course. Talk to her at the event as well after she wins. Get her on.
Hey, they call her the beautiful green-eyed monster.
She's a monster.
Yeah.
She is.
That's all I've been hearing.
Did you see her in Zoila?
Yeah, I train with Korea on the daily. I mean, the girl she's tough, man. She's tough as nails. So she gets out there. I mean, it's bad enough when I have to spar Javier Ayala, but when she's in there trading leg kicks with them, it's like, shit,
I seen that happen. Hey, we'll blank that one out, man, because we don't want no fines right here. That one, right? A little scratch on that one, right? You can say that for tomorrow for the Kick-Ass podcast. I can't say that word, right? Yeah, so we want to be real careful what we say here. Mike, tell us about your research. Tell us, actually, you're doing a toy drive with them, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
We're doing a toy drive, MDA, come out, donate a toy, get a chance to win some tickets. And, it's for a good cause. These kids, must get
I want to give out some tickets tonight. I want somebody to inbox me. I want to give out some tickets tonight. I want somebody to say, you know what? The Fighter's Voice gave us these tickets. We're here. We're watching. Instead of watching at home on Univision, we're here live.
Exactly. Let's do it.
Okay, we'll make it happen. Let's make it happen. Tell us more about that, because you started doing your research and you started saying, these guys, these guys ain't no joke. These guys are a bloody, when you say bloody mess, you mean in a good way, because they bring on wars in the cage.
They bring... like I told a few people, it's some of the fastest fighters I've seen in a while. I had surgery on my hands, so I was home a lot for a while. Wasn't able to do anything. Watched any and everything I could. Started watching their shows, and I was like, oh my god. And there's two guys that I'm really looking forward to seeing in person. Bullet Quintana. I mean, that guy has the talk to back up what he does, and then Gaito Flores. I want to see both of them fight. I don't have a favorite right now, but I mean, if I had to, it'd probably be them that I'm leaning to. but that whole event is stacked.
Keith, there was the comparison with him and GSP. That's what I read earlier. When you hear this, how does that make you feel? Is there any, and we talked about your composure and you've been fighting for a while, knowing that you're on a big event, is there any added pressure, or are you just going to block all that out and do you?
It's just a fight, man. That's the way I look at it all the time. I mean, with what I do as a profession, I got to worry about bullets. I'm not afraid to get punched. I'm not afraid to get kicked. I'm not afraid to get taken down. I've been there. I've done that. Again, that's no disrespect to anybody, man. Anybody who's got the balls to step in the cage is on a level of their own. You know, you can say what you. I mean, they can be 0-15. If they got what it takes to step up, they're
absolutely.
dangerous,
I'll never knock anybody getting there.
Exactly.
But you know, the stress that I have to deal with every night when I go to work.
Well, you got one job. You got to come home.
Right, exactly.
And we're talking about those of you who don't know. I mean, Fresno PD, man.
Yeah.
The only thing missing is the cape. That's real talk.
So I mean, you know, there's I mean, obviously there's emotion going into it, but do I get overwhelmed by it? Do I let it, you know, fully engulf me? No. I mean, I heard the same talk when I fought at Tachi, because everybody from Tachi got sucked up to the UFC. You know, hey man, these guys are this, and you know, and it's just another platform. And if I can hang, then that just tells me, you know, what my worth is or what I'm capable of. And if I can, well, hey, I'll go in there, and regardless of whether I win or I lose, whoever I fight's going to know they were in a fight.
Well, I think you have an opportunity to get sucked up right here this Friday, right here. There's still tickets available at the box office Save Mart Center. You might just get sucked up here, man. You may go on a tour. See on that post, because I noticed that nice fancy poster. The one of all the fighters. And by the way, we had and I'll go real quick. We had Andy Vincent's on the show, and I had a mother reach out. She said, hey, my son's coming to the show. Can you get Andy Vincent's autograph for my son? And I just don't ask for autographs anymore. I just don't do that. But that poster, I wanted autographed. I want it put to the fighter's voice. We'll put it up here, because the artwork, man, is second to none. That's a good-looking poster. We got to get that over here.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, I've seen their shows. They've gotten better and better. I mean, and again, if you watch MMA, so watch that knockout a few weeks back. Knee. My God, that's all I'm going to say.
You know, I'm listening to him talk right now, Evan, and this is real talk right here.
Right,
this guy is, his profession, and what he does is he writes for a professional boxing column.
Right.
Behind the Glove / The Fighter's Voice.
Right.
And he's all into boxing 100%. But the minute, this was actually, about 3 weeks ago, this was coming right here, Mike's like, okay, hey, in the MMA cage, did you know the dude, he really made the octagon? Hey, did you know this one guy's right here, they compare him to GSP? I mean, almost like a kid in a candy store, man. I'm telling you, man.
I think it's huge, man, especially the fact that it's primarily you know, like Latin American based or Hispanic based, things like that. You know, most Mexicans in general are boxing fans. We're all about boxing. That's what we know. That's what's bred into us is boxing. I mean, I put on my first pair of boxing gloves when I was like 2 or 3.
That's that left hook to the body.
Exactly. Cesar Chavez, you know, I mean,
there you go.
And that's literally one of the guys I got it from. You know, Canelo's not my favorite, but I'm a fan. But he throws it nice as well. I mean,
yeah, he does.
But now that you start getting such a big crowd, you know, the Latin American, the Hispanic, the Latino crowd into MMA, I think that changes things, because you look at any fight that has to do with a Mexican fighter. I mean, from now until however far back you want. I mean, we show up. You know, the fans show up, and if you get those behind a bunch of Latino MMA fighters, I mean, you figure it's exciting enough when you got guys like Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mars, and they're throwing 1,000 punches per round. You know, can you imagine these guys flying off the cage, like you said, some of the fastest dudes out there? I mean, it's huge. It's huge for not only the promotion, but it's huge for MMA in general. And I think it's a blessing to Latinos and Hispanics and you know, and Dominicano, everybody else, you know, who's out there that competes, that does MMA, that just doesn't quite get that spotlight because in their country or in their culture, it's not the main sport. You know, when I started doing MMA, everybody's like, oh, why not boxing? I mean, people still tell me about boxing, but it was even more so then.
I'm glad we have our own platform.
Right.
I mean, we had George Lopez, and he's gone now.
Right.
Or Dora the Explorer. I mean, I'm keeping it real.
Yeah.
Paul Rodriguez. I mean, is he still at Tachi or doing something? So we can compete. I say we because I'm born and raised.
Right.
With the UFCs, the Bellators, and et cetera. And to have it come to here, Fresno Samar Center in our own backyard. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not plugging this pizza place because they're not paying bills. As you see, I covered my cough drops here because they're not paying us. There's no freebies here. The check make it out to the fighter's voice. Every fighter has a voice, and so does your check. Now, we stopped at a pizza place, and I see all these freaking these people wearing the shirts.
Right.
They're putting up posters. They're going. They're talking. And there was one guy in particular, the short guy. He's leading the crew. Okay, and then we're done here, and then let's go hit this up.
Right.
I mean, seriously, it was like 15 deep, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, man, what's up? I know these people right there. I was going to honk the horn and stuff, but they were honking at me because it was already a green light for me to go.
Hurry up and
yeah.
go.
Well, that's what's up. But I see that. I get excited about that, and I actually get like the chills because I'm thinking it somehow collaborates with what we're doing here.
Right.
I mean, the only venue in Fresno, California, in the 559 that gives the fighter the opportunity, the promoter, or whoever's doing their own fight, whether it's personal or whatever it is. We had a guest who's fighting cancer. Every fighter has a voice.
Right.
And to give that platform and to be a part of what they're doing this Friday, man, it's sky's the limit here, man.
That's great.
Definitely.
Sky's the limit
Love
here,
it.
man.
Definitely.
Sky's the limit here. I mean, afterwards, slide this over to Fox or Univision. I mean, HBO. Well, HBO's not doing it anymore.
HBO's not in it no more, so
No.
Saturday's their last thing, and they're probably going to be nobody's
Actually, I
last
got a
thing.
shirt that says HBO Boxing, man. I do. I was going to bring it here and give it away.
That's going to be a what is it, artifact.
Yeah, it don't fit me, but those be a collector's, man, a brand new one. Now,
Fossil.
exactly, a fossil. How's that toy drop going there, Mike?
I'm not sure it's going on outside, just,
Okay,
probably get
because
some-
I got an inbox right here. Her name's Carol. She says, please don't say my last name. She's going to make a donation. She's getting, I don't know why it's 7. It could have been 8 or it could have been 6. 7 toys. So we'll put her name in there,
Oh,
okay?
that's
And I'll
fine.
give you all the information. I don't know where she's getting them at or what, but, people just like to give, especially during Christmas and stuff,
Exactly.
and see a kid smile.
Exactly.
And that's what it's all about. Now listen, I know it was heated, man. I know I kind of put you in the hot seat, my man. I got nothing but
Nah,
love
it's
for
all
you
good,
because
man.
your dad's gonna get a hold of you. You're gonna get a hold of me when we walk out.
Yeah, my phone's been, man.
No,
My
man,
phone's been.
I'm sure.
So.
And you know what? I just want to say this to clarify this, okay? Joe Louis Lopez, I got nothing but love for you, Smoke
Right.
Show. I do. I endorse what you're doing. Actually, I'm hearing you got some news to drop. I'm hearing you want to make a step forward on that initial challenge. Kilo Madera, I think you're a very talented fighter. I think you have what it takes to get to that next level if you allow yourself to get to that next level. And I think your biggest fight, honestly, personally, is probably within. It's just within, as we all do. And I wish you well in your career, Kilo. Valdivia Chapolin, man, I haven't heard from you, bro. I mean, you got so much talent. You got so much going for you. I know you're seeking elsewhere, but man, you got quite a blessing here in the boxing ring.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for that. Madman, sky's the limit, my man. Sky's the limit, man.
Definitely.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep giving Fresno. It's what nor riding 559, man. You're keeping it live. Enough about that. I addressed it, but I had to say what I had to say about that.
Right.
I want to talk about you, man. Who's making your walkout shirts? You got new walkout shirts? You using the same ones, or what are we doing? Because I wanted one, man. And I wasn't trying to get a freebie. I said I need an XL, probably a double X now, because I stopped at that pizza place. That's where they were the horn. You know what I mean? When those kids
You
were
know,
out
I
there.
think I still got some, but if
Okay.
anything, it's just going to get printed up. Same
Okay.
ones.
Hey, that's what I'm
it's
talking about.
Like I said, 3 weeks. I mean, there's so much that went on.
I was gonna go there, but I didn't. It was last week because I'm not living large. But I said next time he gets in the ring, if he takes on one of these guys, I want to. What does it take to get the fighter's voice printed somewhere on his shirt or his shorts, man? We got to make that happen, man.
We can definitely do that.
Yeah, we got to put our heads together, man,
Yeah.
and make
Yeah.
something happen, man.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, 3 weeks that between what I do in my normal job and then just life, I mean, so much came at us within that time period. So, like I said, we had some obstacles which we're still working on trying to get past. But we're doing things and whatever comes,
You enjoy waking up, huh?
Yeah.
You love life right now.
Yeah,
huh?
I do.
No,
I
no, you do.
definitely-
No,
I
you do. And that's good, man,
Yeah.
because you shared with me a little bit off camera about it. It wasn't always pleasant to wake up. I mean, you had a
Right.
great childhood
Right.
growing up, but you don't have the same outlook that you have today, right now.
No, yeah.
And I know every time we ring up your daughter, you just start to glow,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's what I do it for. I mean, I won't. Like I said, I fell back in love with fighting because I don't have to fight to live anymore.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I can make $100K just by showing up and sitting in my car all day and fixing other people's
You know, I
problems.
haven't had a felony ever. Do you think a police officer like still go to the academy? I mean, I'll shave up too. I can lose about 45 pounds.
Yeah, man.
I will,
hang
man.
in there, you know.
And there's
I
no
mean,
age no more, right?
It goes up to like 40 something, but I mean, or late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s. But if
I'm
you're
29, man, so I could probably do some things right here, right?
But you know, I love what I do, you know, and it's stressful. It does. It comes with its own demons. I mean, you know, I work nights. I'm off at 7 a.m. I work 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. And then there's times where it's like, oh, hey, you got court today. So forget going to bed by 8 a.m.
Okay.
Now you're in the courtroom until 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and now you got to go home and, if I'm lucky, try to train. Or, damn, do I train today and maybe take tomorrow off? Or how do I do this, you know? And then you go do what you got to do, then you go shower, you go to sleep.
How do you fight with that? On those days that you're tired, you know you got to go train.
You know what? I have to definitely give that, I mean, obviously to my daughter, because when I do fight, I don't look at it as like I'm fighting for me anymore, you know, like I used to. Now, for her, she's so just thrilled at the fact that, like, oh, you're going to fight? Dad, you're fighting again? You're doing pow-pow again? You know, she gets so pumped up. And Dad,
pow-pow?
Yeah, pow-pow. That's what she's always called it since she was a baby, pow-pow. You know, like, oh, Dad, you're gonna win a lot of money, and we're gonna go do. You know, for her, it's like, oh, I get a vacation.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it is. It's play money. I mean, I go out and I buy nice things for the family. I take the family out to dinner. I mean, I had that big barbecue for the team after the last one. It's play money because the real money comes in from my day job. But she loves it, and I know she does, and I know she's excited for it. So that, and then just my mentors, my coaches, man, my strength and conditioning coach. Very spiritually strong, just a crazy white boy, you know. And
Who's that?
Jody Morgan out at Doc's gym. He's a former Navy SEAL. The guys, I mean, that says it, you know, in itself, former Navy SEAL. But the guy is just so spiritually and emotionally powerful that I'll show up to the gym for strength and conditioning, and I don't want to do it. I'm in that mood where, you know, no, you're not going to tell me what to do.
And he helps you put it on.
Yeah, and he talks the bigger picture to me. Just,
you know, everybody has that. Batman had Robin, Aquaman
Right.
didn't have anybody, but you know, Superman kind of looked at Wonder Woman a little
Right.
bit. There's that extra. I mean, I'm not really. There's that extra, you know, that'll kind of get you over the hump.
right.
Push.
Yeah, and then Coach B the same way. You know, Coach B talks when I don't feel like going to boxing or
He loves to wake up. I don't even think
Yeah.
he sleeps, man. That guy loves life. No, he really does,
that
man.
man is something else. Yeah, I mean, because we work the same schedule, same shifts, same days off.
I got to get him back on the show, man, and I got to give him more props, man, because a lot of times he doesn't want to take what's rightfully
Right.
his from a
Right.
fighter or a fight.
Right.
I mean, you do
Right.
what you love, you'll never work a day in your life,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and I truly believe that, and I truly believe, but we do got to work and pay these bills. We're going to commercial break, coming right back here on the Fighter's Voice, the Knockout Radio Show, knocking out the competition. If we haven't heard from you, you probably got knocked out.
Combate Americas presents Copa Combate, a one-night, 8-man tournament featuring the best MMA fighters from around the world. Live from Safe Mart Center, Fresno, California. Ferocious fighters will fight for glory and a grand prize of $100,000. Doors open at 5 p.m. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters, knocking out the competition. You know what? I'm looking forward to Friday, December 7th. It's going to be off the hook. It's going to be off the chain. Get your best suit out there. Ladies, get your best dress. Or you know what? Just come right after the other show. Or you know what? Go to the movies. Eat something. But make sure you show up to the Save Mart Center. We still got tickets left. My man Mike here has some box news coming, but he's going to let you know on how to get those tickets.
Go to Save Mart Center. Get as many as you can. It's a very affordable event. Also, inbox the Fighter's Voice for a chance.
We're still talking on here.
2 tickets, so let us know and see what we can do for you. But yeah, if you're not gonna win them, go purchase them. It's a great show, great event. Get out there. You're gonna want them.
Yeah, we're hearing double coverage coming back right now. But no, I know what you're saying, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to pull something that has never been done in Fresno, California. I'm going to go for it. There's another show going on, and they were our guests. And you know what? And I'm going to say this, because usually I never endorse or have them go head-to-head. But you know what they said? They said, Richard, when we're done fighting
We're going
on
over
the
there.
other, we're coming to the Save Mart Center. Can you hook us up with tickets? Richard, what can you do? I mean, it's just like whenever there's an event, our phone blows up. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to show up at the Save Mart Center. I'm going to watch my man take care of business. I'm going to slide over the other event, take care of the other guests, come back to the Save Mart Center, drop anchor there, get some content, get some coverage, get some sound bites, get some interviews for you, the fans, the listeners, the viewers, and the assumers, man. We got to get those guys some tickets. That's unheard of. You go to an event, right?
Right.
You go to another concert. Say you're going to whatever, and you're like, okay, after the concert, can you give me tickets to this concert? Because this is what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real talk, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Well,
about
it's
that.
Valley support. You know?
Exactly.
I think it's just the way the Valley is made up. That's the way we are.
Support everybody.
Right.
Exactly, man. Listen, I know you're itching to spill, man. Tell me what's going on in the world of boxing.
Well, of course, biggest news of the weekend, as we seen Max Kellerman say, there was a weekend full of sports. The one thing that took over was Wilder and Fury. We spoke a little bit on Sunday about it.
We debated a little bit about Sunday about it.
Originally, I gave it to Wilder after watching it. Fury won more rounds.
Yeah.
Those knockdowns, though, do count. So I had it 7-5 for Fury, but a tie because of those knockdowns. And I just want to give my hats off to both of the fighters. Wilder never gave up, kept coming. Fury, I don't know how you got up from that, man. I seen that picture. Your eyes are in the back of your head. You landed hard. You were out cold. And at the count of 5 or 6, your eyes woke up. And, I mean, I know everybody's seen the memes.
Yeah,
the Undertaker music. That was hilarious, man. I mean, I don't know how you got up from that. That's some heart from both of you guys. Because, man, that was incredible. That moment gave me chills. I remember sitting there thinking, it's over. It's done. My daughter's sitting next to me. She's like, Dad, is he okay? Is he okay? Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know, honestly. And then his eyes got up and me and her both just sat back. And she's 3 years old. So, well, be ready because she's going to be a fighter. I'm guaranteeing you that right now. She loves it. But she looked at me like, what the? And I was stuck and I got chills to see him get up. And in the taunt, within a minute of getting knocked down like that, all heart. Yeah. Beautiful fight. And Anthony Joshua came talking to Wilder. Wilder said, "No, we're going for the rematch. I love it. Let's do it again, and we will be there at the rematch. I guarantee you that." Yeah. So that's that news. The other news: Conn and Crawford. If it happens, March 23rd. Hey, respect to Conn. I love him taking his chances. I don't know any way how that fight's going to turn out, but the same way as Canelo, man. I mean, and that's no disrespect to Conn's ability, but I mean, he got knocked down by a guy that I think only has like 10 knockouts. So I mean, come on, let's be real here. He got knocked down by 135 at 147. So, I mean, I love Khan's style, his speed, just some things you don't have, and he doesn't have that ability to take the great punch.
Right.
Crawford's a pound-for-pound talent, man. I mean, I don't know how that fight ends up any other way but Crawford standing over him. But, hey, props to both of them. That's a good fight. If Khan could avoid the punch, he's got the speed and boxing ability to be in that fight.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. So, I love it. And then the last one, as we spoke earlier, HBO, last card's on Saturday. Clarissa Shields, probably number 1 or 2 best female fighter in the world. The other one is what's her name? I can't remember her name now. Cecilia Brækhus. Great skills. Not the biggest puncher, but she has great skills. And then Gaito Estrada. Remember I said that he was going to try to be brought on. He was brought on. He will fight. So there's good events. Saturday also, probably second best fight in the world. I still think Usyk's the best fight in the world. Lomachenko fights on Saturday. Jose Pedraza, that's a great fight. Isaac Dogbe, if you've seen him fight this year, he's had a great year against Navarrete. That's going to be an awesome fight as well. And then, hey, if you guys have seen this kid, Filio Lopez, that guy is worth the price of admission right there. Taking on Mason Menard, great fight. So it's a good card on Saturday. You also got the UFC card Saturday. But the main thing for us here, Copa Combate is on Friday. No doubt about it.
Right. That's right. Hey, you know what? Great job as always, Mike. I mean, that was beautiful. I almost had tears coming to my eyes. But I beg to differ, my man, okay? And I'm going to go here. And I appreciate you being the co-host that you are. You don't laugh at my jokes. You don't shine my shoes or Alfred to wash my car. You're a true co-host, and you come with it, okay? We may not agree. And that's what I like. But, I mean, come on, bro. I mean, we're talking about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. I mean, these are the throwbacks of Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard on that draw. And I'm probably going to lose. And listen, when Julio Cesar Chavez, when he fought Pernell Whitaker, and they called it a draw, and all the Mexicanos were jumping up and down, they went by the extra piñata, and they wanted Sunday to extend all the way all week. No, he lost to Pernell Whitaker. At most, it was 8-4 or 7-5 if you had a couple Coronas. But I'm not going to mention beer because they're not paying us. Bro, there was no way that was a draw. And I understand the knockouts. The knockdowns. It was a knockout hearing people say that it was a draw. And I was pulling for USA. But you cannot ignore the heart of the Gypsy
Oh,
King.
no doubt about it.
I mean, he came to fight. He did lateral movement. And again, I'll compare him to, when you see Larry Bird take the court, you probably say, man, this guy's not an athlete, but he makes you look bad. Now, you see this tall 6'9" knock-knees guys, but he's very agile, and he keeps you honest, and he has decent whiskers, and is a heart as big as, you know what. So that's just my take on it.
But, again, those 2 knockdowns, that's 2 rounds. First round,
I understand that.
First round, I gave him
10-8.
I think I gave him the 7th, and there's one more round I gave him in there.
Yeah, 10-8.
Now, the issue is, it's not so much that it was a draw. It was the fact that somebody seen Wilder winning that fight, running away. There is no way that it's the same thing as the first Canelo Triple G. Yeah. It wasn't so much that it was a draw. It was the fact of how much rounds they gave him. That's what made it look bad.
Exactly. I got to interrupt you right there. Did you get any feedback right now while we're live?
Yeah,
I want to
know. Actually,
do you care to share it?
Brendan Shaw posted one of the scorecards from Phil Edwards, and Phil Edwards was one of the 3 judges for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and he scored it a draw.
Okay, that's not what I asked you about.
113.
I asked you, did you get any feedback on what we were talking about earlier, on the hot seat?
Yeah, man, come on.
Is there anything that needs to be read? Or we need to save that for the podcast?
Yeah, we got to
say available for this.
Okay, not available for radio.
Some of that stuff isn't available.
And I will say this, okay, we're talking about Amir King Kong, right? I love Amir King Kong. And I'm going to name 2 fighters, and you tell me what these guys got in common. I'm going to name 3, okay? And one's a giveaway, Jerry Cooney.
Okay.
Julian Jackson. And my favorite of all time, Tommy the Hitman Hearns. What do they have in common?
Great punchers. Probably get knocked out by a bag of Jello.
Yes, a weak chin. I'm pulling for Khan. I'm going to say it right here, okay? I want to see in 1 year from Avenal, California, the WBC lightweight champion of the world, in my opinion, is in the top 3 pound for pound, and call me biased all you want, Jose, the Avenal Kid Ramirez, take on Bud Crawford.
I could see it happening, but
not just take on and beat Bud Crawford.
The thing is, the way Ramirez's schedule's looking, that fight probably won't happen in the next year. He's gonna fight whoever in February. He'll probably fight Hooker, and then he's gonna get progress.
Okay, no offense to Benavidez. Jose Ramirez would have took him out. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And Jose Ramirez and Amir Khan, 5 rounds.
5. I'll give that.
That's because he's moving around. That's just me right there.
But look at the difference there. He moved around against Canelo. Canelo's bigger. Canelo caught him in 6. Ramirez is a lot faster than Canelo. He'll catch him.
Canelo tends to sit back a little bit.
Canelo waits, and I think he was setting it up.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you seen Khan's right side from those body shots. He set him up perfectly.
Yeah. That's just my take.
Funny thing, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I called that fight round by round exactly how it's gonna happen. I said Khan's gonna give him problems early. Canelo's gonna work that body, set him up, and put him to sleep. I still got the message. I sent this to somebody from the UK, and he said you called that one, and as they say, that was proper with class because I knew exactly what was gonna happen. So.
Okay. Yeah, speaking of calling, I'm not going to go on record and say exactly which fight I called, but it had something to do with what was said tonight, and I'll leave it at that. Some people close to me know what's going on with that, but I do want to say this: December 7th, Copa Combate, Fresno, California, Save Mart Center. Get your tickets. We're going to give away 4 tickets. Tell me why you deserve a ticket. Inbox the Fighter's Voice, and we'll give you some by Thursday, so you have them in your hot little hand. You can enjoy the event and get a T-shirt, buy a drink, buy a poster. I'm not sure if the fighters are going to be signing autographs. I believe so. I believe they're going to have open workouts. You got to go to the weigh-in. Where's the weigh-in at?
Mezcal on Thursday at 5 p.m.
We got to make sure you're there. And as always, I dedicate this show to my son. Te quiero mucho, mijo. Richie, I love you with all my heart. It's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week. Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, Cole Escovedo, the special guests, and all the crew right here at the Kick-Ass Podcast, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.